yo, welcome to the Thinking Man's Templar. You already know the place where we say one red pill life, filed ways, billion blue pill lives, and where the soldiers get coming from the war, remove their armor, drop their swords, and have conversations with like-minded men. And indeed, gentlemen, I'm at your service. It's been a while. Yes, it has. You know, it's been a while, of course. I want to thank all the brothers anyone who's viewed the last video or got any use from it, all those who donated and liked and subscribed. Thank you for, coming along this journey as we unravel the truths about our world and have these conversations in the comments and pass on the enlightenment with other brothers to make our lives a little bit easier in all of this chaos. And I want to thank all the other content creators for keeping the fight alive, keeping it pushing, keeping it fresh, keeping it new, taking on new topics, talking points, and staying out of the drama, continuing this war to free our brothers. Understand? It's a beautiful thing. And also, brothers, get your passports. Shout out to Black Ram, this is real. Hashtag passport gang. My passport came in the mail. I got my hotel. I got my plane ticket booked for November for a month to Thailand with the brother Villain Von Doom and a couple other red pill brothers. We're going to take this trip. We're going to document it. We're going to record. We're going to show you what's out there. We're doing this for y'all brothers. We got the equipment. We're going to make this a real thing. And eventually more brothers coming along. Hopefully we get one more brother. He's working on his passport right now. And we're trying to get everybody to understand we're getting out there in November. We're going to be in Pattaya, Bangkok, running around, wherever, We're going to have fun, man. We're going to live life. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to get out of the matrix. We're going to breathe a little bit, take that well-needed rest from the social programming and the stress of Western life, and just kick back, man. Enjoy our hard work and our labor and enjoy it. So, we're going to try to make this a real channel, a travel channel. We're going to make that that whole experience is going to be documented. Villain has all the equipment. We're going to make that shit real. And we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be breaking it down. You understand? So you guys can understand what this is. And when we go to other places, plans on going to Africa, South America, and in Ethiopia, things like that. We're definitely planning on all of these trips. So we want you brothers to be there with us. And as time goes by, we want you brothers to be able to join us on these trips. We'll make it known a couple of months prior. Passport gang is real. It is not a game. This is real. So when brothers start advertising a trip, we want you brothers to start getting on your A game. You understand? And making it known, contacting and being like, hey, I could be there that time of the month. You get all your things situated. And then we meet up there, we link up, and we do what we do. You understand? And that's what it's going to be. We're going to make this real. We're going to document it. We're going to show the rest of the brothers what this SYSBM thing is about and make it real. Shout out to Mad Bus Driver for bringing that to light and showing what it's like going on his trips and documenting what he sees and giving brothers the recon. That's what we're going to do. You understand? So also, if any brothers, I'm going to leave the link. If anybody wants to donate towards that trip or anything far as that goes, just the bread to move around and fuck around, yo, if you want to donate to this real shit, that's on you. And show some love. And we're going to bring that information back. And hopefully that'll inspire you guys who have yet to travel. And also the brothers who have traveled to speak on your times and what you've done and what you've seen and how it's changed you and evolved you as a man. This is what it's going to be for the end of the year to 2020 and beyond. You understand? We're over talking about the Succubi. We're over talking about all of this same old shit. We're moving on. You understand? We're talking about how making brothers better. Removing the wool from their eyes so that they can see. You know? So what I wanted to talk about now is a topic that I get a lot of emails. I speak to a lot of brothers, and a lot of brothers in the manosphere are very angry. They have a lot of emotional torment from what they've been through, and that's totally understandable. But it's a point when you got to learn to take that scar, that badge, sew it up, take accountability, and then move on. Let that woman go and move on to being your best self, you know, and try to learn from it. It happens to the best of us. I don't care how cool or how much dudes try to act like they got all of this on lock. Listen, man, every brother's been down that road where a woman has been deceptive, manipulative. Even and what I want you to understand, this just doesn't happen in marriages, in long-term serious relationships. This happens in dating, casual. The nature of the woman will be the same. You understand? When she starts to change her tone with you, it doesn't matter what type of relationship you have. She's going to operate the same way. And this video is more like to let you understand. This is more like a 101, just back to the basics, just so brothers that are in these situations can have this enlightenment and know what they're dealing with. I have a lot of brothers who've been in marriages that ended badly, abruptly. You understand? Brothers that have been with girls a long time, years, 5, 10 years, invested a lot of time, and the relationship turned bad. And what a lot of brothers got to understand is that there were always signs that this woman was wrong for you, that this woman was wrong in general. You understand? There were always signs in your gut, in your stomach. You felt it. You knew. You always knew, but a lot of brothers kept those blinders on. They kept that ideology that this woman was everything you thought she was. See, what a lot of brothers make the mistake is that you create a standard for a woman based on your own standards. And when you meet her, you automatically put her in that. You get a couple of months of her acting on her best behavior, and you automatically put her in that spot. You understand? It's like someone it's like you're a coach and you got a player, and you need a player, you need a shooting guard that could hit the wing, hit the open shot, run, pass, defend, hit the three, cut the lane, slash. You get all of those things, right? But you need that over 82 games of a season. You don't need that for the first 3 months. So you get that player, and they're doing all of these things. And now you want to put that person in a starting position, but they haven't really proven it like the veterans. But they're young, they're new, just like we look at women, oh, she's new, it's exciting, and now you want to put them in that spot where the veterans have been playing that position. They may not have been as fast or all of these things, but you automatically assume that this player is everything you need. And then you get to the season and their numbers is up, and after a while they get complacent, their numbers drop, they're not playing the position that you thought they could play. They never were actually able to play it 82 games. They never really were determined. They weren't practicing and training hard, and then they eventually, other teams begin to match their defense with their offense and shutting this player down, and you're realizing that you gambled and invested too much time in someone who hasn't proven themselves. You understand? That's what a lot of men do with women. You get a woman, she does it the first couple of months, she's okay, you already know she's on her best behavior, you guys are intimate, you're having fun, and now you're automatically putting her at this high standard. And she's going to be faithful, and she's going to be on your side, she's going to be the type of woman who's going to, honor and respect you. and try her best to bring something more than sex to the table. And you're going to think that because she was giving you those back rubs in the first month, 2 months. You know, she's calling, she's making herself known, you know, showing initiative in the first month or two, initiating sexual advances, you know. But you got to understand that a lot of brothers take that and they automatically lock this woman into, she's everything you ever wanted in a woman. You already got wedding bells in your brain and stuff like that. Oh, you start making plans. Yeah, we're going to have some cute bait. You know, real beta, simp-minded shit. And a lot of brothers got to understand, you got to know when things start to go bad, when it's time to hit that eject button. A lot of brothers overstay their welcome with a woman. You understand? You overstayed your welcome. Now, all the abuse that she's going to give you, once the mask comes off, once her true self gets revealed. See, the woman that you dealt with that was disrespectful, disloyal, liar, manipulative, you understand? That was who she always was. She was pretending to be this woman that you wanted, or who she thought you wanted, when she thought that you were the high value male that she thought you were, or that she assumed you to be, or whatever she may have had in her mind, right? She may have, like Ram said, she just taken a break from the carousel and figured you'd be a good candidate to waste some time with. You understand? Someone is going to treat her right as a break from all the dudes who've been dumping her and fucking her and leaving her, you know, using her and, you know, slutting her out. Now she needs somebody who's going to build her back up. And that's who you were. That's the guy who you became. The guy who makes her feel good and makes her not feel like a slut and a whore. She feels like she's being a lady. But then after a while, she realizes that that's not who she is. And that's not who a lot of women are. They love the ability to be able to switch men out and have a team and have a squad or dips. You know, women are using these words now. Having dips and side guys, having a rotation. These women, and these are big women, unattractive women, poor women, women with multiple children, women that are not even high level, that have these multiple men. You know, big chubby women with in shape men that go to the gym all the time. You know, handsome dudes that are with these unattractive women. They have a lot of that. There's a big, giant, 300-pound chick right now who's beating dudes off with a stick, who feel like she can't, she's swapping out men, right? While there's a dude that has a decent career, a decent lifestyle, handsome, got his thing going, you know, well matured, educated, smart, intelligent, wise, industrious, and she has, and he doesn't have those type of options because of the mentality. It's all in the head. It's all in your mind. You got to know when, you know, these women are going to start to go back to their old ways. She's going to revert to where she feels comfortable having that freedom. That's what society has taught women, that having the freedom of choice with men is more fun and more empowering than having one man that she has to kind of placate to. You understand? Women have been taught that men are merely resources to be used. For those who haven't gone back in my videos, you know, how she sees you. You know, for the average woman, men are very much objectified. She reduces a man of all of his great qualities down to 4 essential items: a dick in a glass case, a sex, an ATM, money, finances, entertainment, a jester, someone to make her laugh, take her out on the town when she's bored, take her to the movies, waste time on the phone with, have platonic, non-sexual relationships with, just to kill time. And also, as we see a lot in today's world, as a sperm donor, they will pretend have a relationship with you until she lures you down and gets pregnant, and then she will sabotage that relationship, push the man away, take the child and run, put the man on some type of government support, and then she will allow you to see your child when she wants you to, when you're allocated time to see her child. Not your child, her child. That's her son, that's her daughter. She's letting you watch her child, not the child you both have. In her mind, it's her baby, right? Give me my baby. You heard women say that to you. Don't talk to my baby like that. But it's both of you created this child. But anyway, you got to understand that when a woman sees you like that, right? No matter what type of relationship you guys have procured together, that eventually she's going to deduce you to one of these three things, and that is very interchangeable. So when she's ready to leave, she's going to start to behave a certain way. And a lot of you brothers got to start to know when to pull the plug, to give her the door, to walk away before the abuse takes place. You know, before she begins to disrespect you. Know when to get out and not go and come back. Know how to cut a woman off completely. Know how to walk away, block her number, and never speak to her again because of the disrespect, because of knowing that she's dealing with other men if you were in a real relationship, or if you were dating and she's lying about being with other people because you're dating, so you're not together. But if she's not being upfront about the men she's seen, you understand? Because that's putting you in danger. She can get a disease and give that to you. You understand? Because a lot of you dudes aren't wearing protection. Because a lot of these women aren't wearing protection. They don't care to wear condoms. Because it benefits women too much to have unprotected sex nowadays. It benefits them so much that they'll gamble a STD possibility for what could possibly come with a man on the hook financially, you see? So you brothers got to understand that when it comes down to these things that she begins to do, that you know in your heart she's doing. You know it. You know what it is. You feel it. You can feel it in your gut, man. You get that sick feeling, that sinking feeling when she says a certain thing, or she does a certain thing, or you know, you find yourself, you know, jockeying for time. You know, damn, you can't get any time. Before, you know, you couldn't get a free moment. Now you're jockeying for time. You know, now you're going over, you're stopping by the crib, you stopping by the crib and she's got perfume and it's a late night on a Friday and you like, hey, let's go out, and she's already got plans. She's already dressed up for the night. She made these plans a week ago. Right? She's being real vague with you. You were trying to figure out, you know, what we doing this week? What you trying to do? And she could never come with a concrete plan. I don't know. I may have plans. Right? She got real comfortable in saying that to you. And then finally you may cross paths with her and she's got perfume on and new outfits and stuff she pulled out the closet she ain't wore since she known you. Or maybe when she first met you. Now she got new hairstyles and makeup on and blush and eyeliner and rouge and shoes and heels and jewelry. You understand? She's going out. She just, oh, I'm just going out, you know, just hanging out. You knew nothing of this. And you got that sinking feeling in your stomach. You knew something was up. You know? Try to go in for a hug or a kiss, and she's no. She's pulling her head back and pushing away, and things like that you experienced while you were trying to hold on to this dying relationship. That sinking feeling when she did that. She denied you a kiss or a hug, or you know, she's trying to dismiss you. Well, I gotta go. Well, you know, I gotta be somewhere at this time, and you know, it's a Friday night. You didn't make any plans. You know, she's out of there. And it's for the brothers that actually live with a woman that's doing that, it's 10 times worse. That's why we don't condone cohabitation. It's 10 times worse, man. If it's a woman you're just dating or a girlfriend you don't live with, these things have less of a blowback or you know, a fallout, because you can just go home, you know, disappear and let it be known. But when you live with a woman, it's different, man. And I've been through this, so I'm telling you from experience, when a woman is going out, she's got new outfits and she's trying to get out the house. You know? These things hurt. Now, what do? Do you chase? Do you fight? You know, there'll be times where you can talk her to stay home, and she'll stay home reluctantly, but she's going to torture you that whole time. You can try to get her to stay in the crib. Some dudes be like, I put my foot down and make her stay. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. But how's she going to be now that she's in the crib? When she wanted to go out, she got dressed. She's not going to be pleasant. She's not going to give you no ass. She's not going to be good company. You're going to feel at the end, you might as well let her go out. You understand? Because deep in your gut, you knew she wasn't going to hang with her friends, dog. Because her pattern is different now. You understand? When she wanted to go out, she wanted you there. When she went to go to the family function, she wanted you to come. You know? When she was going out, her friends was going to the bar, or her cousins, and everybody's going to their little watering hole. She wanted you to come. You were part of the crew. You're part of the clique. You know, she hitting you up. When you gonna be here? We gotta go. They want us to be here. You like, yo, I'm sitting in traffic. I'm coming right now. You know, you rushing there trying to jump in the shower and get fresh. You know, because y'all got a little outing to go. You having fun, you know. Now, she's ready to go and leave you behind. You know what I'm saying? She's going to the happy hours. You get into the crib, where you at? Oh, I'm at happy hour. What? Me and a couple co-workers went to happy hour after work. Things like that you start to notice when you realize your relationship is turning to dust. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about necessarily cheating, even though cheating is the end result, or leaving, but these are all things that go on when a relationship is failing, when it's about to be over, a marriage, a dating situation, when she's moving on to a better candidate. When you guys been dating, because all dating is kind of like feeling somebody out, you know, until you meet somebody else, you know, and there's no consequences. She's dating multiple guys, you know, guys that deal with that, you know, because average woman you're going to meet is going to have a rotation. It's not like you're going to meet her, she's just going to be this isolated woman. Now, it's going to be cases like that where you might meet a woman that's not dealing with nobody, but that's rare, man. That's going to be a rare occurrence, if something that's damn near impossibility. You're going to meet a woman that's already dealing with dudes, no matter what age. You know, they're going to have exes and dudes they're dating, you know, fuck buddies, dudes that just fuck them. That you're going to meet them, and she might be on the verge of kind of wanting something a little more, or, you know, dudes that got more time in than you, that she knows more than you. But she might be a little excited about you in the beginning. But at the same time, she's still meeting men. She's still meeting men at the grocery store, the gas station, online. She still has her little Tinder and her POFs and all of that shit. She's constantly being barraged by all these men. So eventually you may fall out the starting position to the 5-string position. You coming off the bench. Then eventually you're gonna be 12th string. You're not even gonna get no playing time. You just 2nd string for practice. Somebody to keep the starters warmed up in practice, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be ready to know when it's time to cut the cord, man. And you want to enter these relationships always having the ability to walk away with as less damage as possible, less financial damage, you know, messing up your credit. because you live in an apartment with a woman that you can't stand, that's not going to leave, and you're not going to leave. You don't want to leave. She don't want to leave. Now you're both stuck in this lease or this mortgage. You see what I'm saying? Now you're going to fuck your credit up because you ready to leave the crib, or, you know, she going to leave and you can't afford it by yourself. Now you might fuck around and get evicted, putting yourself under all the stress. You know what I mean? Now you got evictions and your credit's fucked up because you cohabitated. You know what I'm saying? That's why brothers say it, because once it goes bad and your lease ain't up, man, you ain't gonna want to be there, fam. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nothing worse than being a roommate with a woman that you are technically not together with, bro. I've been there. Her going out on the night, going out with other dudes. You know, no respect. Maybe even having the disrespect of trying to bring dudes home. Going in the other room, getting her back blown out. Some dudes have been through that. Like you living in with a chick and she bring home a dude she dating and they go in the room and fuck. Because y'all not together. And now you arguing, you fighting. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of these dudes, they might not have no principles. Where she be like, yeah, my boyfriend lived there, but, you know, we ain't together. He gonna be like, yo, I ain't going over there. Fuck that. But a lot of these dudes don't give a fuck. They gonna come over and try to knock your girl down while you in the other room playing PlayStation or some shit. You know, you trying to, you know, put the pillow over your head, you know. Or you go in there and you end up fighting or getting into some shit and getting locked up. Like, she gonna do that because she wants you to leave. She knows she could get another dude quicker than you could get a chick. So she know that she could just bring another dude and force you to fucking, I'm out of here. Good, go. You know what I mean? She'll do that. She'll push it to the limit. Where you have to leave for your own sanity's sake. She'll moan extra loud too. You know what I mean? Just so you can hear it, dog. There's dudes that been through that. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get that little devilish smile she'll give you when she know that you hurt by something, you know? She'll give you that look like she don't know what she's doing. What? Why are you so mad? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why are you mad? We not together. Like, I got a life. Like, I can't see nobody. I got friends. You'll feel that. You see that look on her face when she know. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Should have left. You know what I'm saying? She'll do that. They'll do things to get you where you be locked up, man. Don't share no keys with no woman, man. I'm sorry. Dudes talking all that shit about, you know, men are not being men for not getting in these situations, man. Whatever. You see what I'm saying? You gotta, even if you vet most women, you gotta vet them, but it's like, yeah, there's women that'll fuck with you the long way, man. But if you're talking about forever, I mean, even if it comes down to you dealing with a woman and this happens within 6 months, yeah, okay, might not be as harsh, but you can develop intense feelings for somebody where it still hurt. Where if you know a woman is getting knocked down by other dudes and she's starting to put you on the back burner, you can have these emotions, bro. Why wouldn't you? You're a human being. You know what I'm saying? Some guys get caught so off guard, a woman will just move out. He won't even know. But she been plotting and scheming, but then when dudes put it together, they say, yo, you know what? You had the signs all along that she was plotting and putting these things together. Dudes that came home to empty cribs, dog. Come home from work, kids gone, everything. All she left was your shit. You know what I mean? Took the furniture, all that. Don't know where the fuck she at. Real talk. I had a cousin where that happened to. Started dating a little single mother. Brought her in the crib, moved her kid in the crib. They got a new spot. He moved out of his spot into a new spot. with her, with the kids. Thought they was having a little Brady Bunch thing. You know what I'm saying? A couple of years go by, they ain't doing too well. Come home, bitch done took all the shit out the crib, out the house. Moved out. Came in and moved out all the shit. Flat screens, couches, dishes, clothes, everything. And nigga never found the bitch. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, got up and moved and vanished, nigga. Took shit that she didn't even buy. Literally robbed him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he had signs, bro. He had signs. But he didn't see them. You gotta be able to know when it's coming to a closure, and you gotta be able to just rip that Band-Aid off, man, no matter how much it hurt. It don't matter if it's 6 months or 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. This shit done happened to brothers. You think that shit is still gonna feel good? Some dudes will be like, well, you know, the 20 years, whatever. You gotta at least get those 20 years in and deal with the fact that, you know, once she start feeling like she hitting the wall and she getting old, and she gonna wanna get out there and get back on the carousel, bro. Feel young again. Feel like a young girl. Get with some young dudes. You up in your 45, 49, y'all both in y'all mid to late 40s. She's still trying to go out and get some young boys. Feel like she young. She want to get the fountain of youth. And the most older women, the fountain of youth is dating and older and being like she was when she was younger. Getting with younger men. Feeling like she's still 20 and still got it. But got a family at home and a husband. You know, a mortgage, multiple cars, history. You see what I'm saying? She would throw all of that away just to feel young. Because we know how much women hate to get old. They hate to look old. They hate to feel old. They do everything in their power to stay youthful because women age so much quicker than men. So they get this desperation. So it'll be men in that are older that'll lose their family because their woman just wants to feel like a young girl again. You know? This is real shit. This shit happens all the time, G. But did you see it? Did you pay attention to the signs? You know? She's doing things differently. She's on her phone. She's moving different. You know, she feels different in the bed. That's something I experienced back when I was like, I went away to school. Had a little girlfriend back in the hood, but I went away to school and I came back during vacation, bro. And this is really what happened. I came back during vacation and I hit her up. You know, I mean, in a flash of lightning, she came to see me. You know what I mean? In a flash of lightning, dog. This one I was like 19. So this is young girl shit. Flash of lightning. And she came over to the crib. You know, I was at my grandmother's house. She came into the room downstairs, fucked me like a savage. Sucked me off, skeeted all in it, all that shit we was doing before. But I could tell she kissed me different. You know what I mean? She fucked me different. Her body moved different. Her body felt different. You know what I mean? Her vagina felt different. Everything felt different. You know what I mean? It was tailored to somebody else, but she was giving it to me, but I still felt it. And when I felt it, I actually got disgusted by it. And the sex turned from like, I kind of missed this girl, so I'm about to just smut her out. You see what I'm saying? So we had sex. We went to get some fast food, I remember, and she took off. She drove her mother's car to come see me, and she dipped off. So me being a young simp, the next morning, I'm feeling all these little butterflies and shit like that. You know, feeling all good. You know what I'm saying? And I call up the next morning. pick up the phone. Hello? Hey. Oh, what's going on? Da-da-da-da-da. And within like 2 seconds, somebody snatched the phone from her. Yo, bro, who this? Yo, who this? Da-da-da-da. I say, who this? I'm like, yo, who this? I say who I am, blah, blah, blah. Yo, she's like, oh, yo, man, what's up, man? You want a back or something, man? What's up, man? You want a back, man? What's up? Now, when I heard that, I was hurt. But right then and there, I could tell this now that looking back, this dude didn't really know what was going on. See, because he was a simp, he's a blue pillar too. So he didn't know that, yo, man, you probably kissed her and did all of this shit. I could have said that. I could have been like, dog, I already had her back last night. Famo, every way you could think about. Buddy, I could have said that. You see what I'm saying? But I didn't. I just let it be. It's all right. Took that L, you know what I mean? And I kept it pushing. And still smashed that chick off in the future a couple times. Still. No matter what the situation was. And she ended up having a baby with that same dude that she was on the phone with. That jumped on the phone. She had a baby with him. Right? That's like 10, 11, 12 years old now. I know who he was. I found out later. I didn't know exactly who he was, but I knew later who he was. He was the older brother of a cat I used to go to school with. You know what I'm saying? And when I met up with her in the future, she would meet up with me and tell me how she left him and she was driving his BMW. He bought her and shit like that and blah, blah, blah. You know, we go out to TGI Fridays, come back to the crib, and I'm digging her back out again. You see what I'm saying? In the future. And it's the guy that tried to get fly with me. I'm still smashing his girl. You see what I'm saying? But he had no idea, bro. None. And now this same chick, that was my girl in high school, she has about 4 kids with 4 different dudes. Probably got another one by now. 4 kids, dog. 4 different dudes. I'm pretty sure she got another one, kid. If she was moving like that. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of you brothers got to understand that these things, you know, these women are moving these ways, and it ain't take a lot of time, bro. You know, and I'm not really talking about necessarily cheating, but, you know, that guy didn't know that his girl was still attached to somebody else. You know, you can date a woman or get into something with a woman who's still very much attached to somebody, you know, that's not around, you know, that may be in jail or away or, you know, off on military leave or just moved away or some shit, you know, whatever. And she still feel like, you know, they didn't leave on bad terms. So she still got that feeling for that person, right? So when they come back around, she'll just melt. She'll just fall into their arms. And it don't take nothing but an hour or so of them two being together, man. She will set aside things. She will move. She will arrange her day to have that little hour where you don't even think to suspect that her and this person have been intimate and been together. You know, but when she come back to you, she'll bring some type of drama to you. And you got to be able to understand when things are coming to a closure in a way like, and like I said, it's not always cheating, but cheating is going to come because women don't just leave men. They secure another man, then they leave. So maybe my ex thought that I was coming back to her. You know what I mean? And she figured she can get me on the leash and then leave. But even though I didn't take her back, she still would sleep with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about for years. I'm talking about I could leave for 5 years and come back and still with me, see her on Facebook, hit up, she'll be over there. Whoop. And I'll tell you no lie, when I left for school, she was crying and carrying on. I was getting on the bus to go away to college. She was crying harder than my mother was crying. My mom was looking at me like rolling her eyes like, this bitch, you know, crying like a motherfucker. And I'll never forget the bus driver said to me when we pulled off, he said, man, you could come back 10 years later and still get that. just off the way she was carrying on. And he was right. Older black dude told me that. When I was like 18, he said, yo, you can come back 10 years from now and get that. You can still come back and get that. And I did exactly that for years. Probably about 10 years. Straight up and down, fam. But think about it. If she had 4 kids in that time, she was in relationships most of those times. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and these weren't like long meetings. She wasn't spending the night. She wasn't over my crib for the weekend. I'm talking about like an hour or two. Just like that quick. In and out. Chill for a second, have a couple of drinks, catch up. Next you know, we in the room, we fooling around, we having sex. Then she's putting her clothes on and she's out of there. Back home to a reality. You know? Because while women are in these relationships, they can have all these type of these little situations where they're not happy with you. And they'll put on the front because of what's invested. Maybe it's a child, maybe it's a house, maybe it's an apartment. You know, things like that have consequences. So when a woman is dealing with you and she knows that leaving you will have some type of consequences, like breaking up her family or a house or being kicked out of a house, she's going to cheat. She's going to sneak away and get it because she got to get it. She got to have that good feeling, you know? She's going to go out and find it. And you got to be able to, you know, tailor and have things set up to where you know when her routine. A lot of brothers don't be paying attention to how women move. They change up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, put for instance, right? Like, I remember I was dealing with this chick for a while, and I stopped dealing with her for a while. But we, you know, through social media, you can still be like connected to people, like you don't date no more, Instagram or whatever the fuck. That's why, you know, like that's real awkward to me. Like when you, especially somebody that you don't got strong feelings for, yeah, y'all can unfollow each other and block each other and shit like that. But you know, whatever. You know, we just kind of faded apart mostly. It wasn't really no conversation with her. So I remember she would always wear like casual flats, nothing crazy. When it came to sneakers, this is something I always pay attention to. She never was into like expensive kicks. You know what I mean? Like Jordans and, you know, whatever. So I ain't see her for a while. And I think I ran into her and we started talking again. And I met up with her. And all of a sudden she got like Jordan 3s on. Shit like that. You know, shit like she ain't even dressed like that. You know what I mean? She dressed like a hippie when I met her. Now she got like Jordans and the jeans and the little like name brand shit. And I'm starting to peep like she got a whole different steez to her, like a whole style different. Now, not to discredit that, people do change. People do switch up their style, you know, whatever. It's been probably like a couple of months, maybe a year, you know. But then, you know, I go on her Facebook and I look and I see her hugged up with some cat in pictures and he got Jordans on. You know, every picture he got kicks on. And then I look at his joint. He the type of dude taking pictures of his sneakers and, you know, he real into the sneaker shit. So then I started to realize that's who she got it from. You know what I mean? They become different. You know, they change their vessels. They take on certain nuances and quirks about men they dating. And after a while, you know, a woman, when she gets older, she's dated so many men that psychologically a women are just a big gumbo of different men's personalities. And they become so like damn near schizophrenic almost. Because of all of these different quirks she doesn't know. You know, it's how women always feel like they gotta find themselves. After they've been dating, I just needed to find myself. I just needed to go and just find out who I was and just figure out myself and, you know, do some self-examination or whatever the fuck, right? And it's only because she got so much different energies going around in her brain and her psyche and her spirit that she just confused. She don't know who the fuck she is. You see what I'm saying? And when you get with these women, you got to be able to know when it's time to make a move, G. Like, make it like, you know how to leave anything in 30 seconds. Once you feel the heat fleeing and, once you feel the heat coming and flee with the murder weapon, I release none. I release 10, shot you to cease. Learn your lesson. Your flesh turn to mag. It's Nas, but I'm saying, you got to be able to, like, notice. You got to know whenever to, a lot of y'all dudes got to know when you're dealing with women that may have violent tendencies. You ready to go. You got to be ready to know that you're dealing with a woman that might pull a knife on you. Start trying to fist fight you, and call the cops and get you locked up. That'll mess your whole shit up, G. You know what I mean? It'll mess your whole life up, man. You'll lose a job because of a domestic violence charge, or open case. You'll lose a job. Your record will pop up, blink, right in their little database. What you got going on? Call you in the HR. Oh yeah, me and my girl, you're fired. We gotta put you on leave. We gotta let you go. They know this shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be ready to know how to move in these relationships. This shit is a battleground. How to move in a relationship in 2019. You gotta know how to be able to get up out of them things. Get up out there like MacGyver, you know what I mean? Without getting your life shattered. A woman will stab you, they will shoot you, they will kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? In that fit of emotion. How many brothers is dead because they got into it with a shorty that knew where the burner was at, and went and got the gun and cocked pistol, shot him in the stomach, or stabbed him on some crazy shit in his sleep, threw hot water on him, crazy shit like that. Wake up, she got a gun to your face or some shit, man. There's dudes that's dead right now because of that. Dead. Women clapping them, shooting them in the head, burning their house down. There's a story, I think Kid Organic did, a chick burning dude's house down because he called her over for some ass and fell asleep. She went and got some gasoline and burnt this motherfucker house down. This is the shit we dealing with, these unstable-minded individuals that you guys are sleeping with, unprotected at that, having children with. You got to be ready to get up out of there. You got to know how to get you a little escape bag. For all you fools that's still moving in with chicks, getting on a lease, whatever. You can't get her out the crib. She ain't gonna leave. You gotta get up out of there because it's getting violent. You know what I mean? The arguments is getting violent. You gotta know when to get up out of there. You can't be sitting there trying to endure that. A woman that puts her hand, want to shoot the 5 with you and go to the kitchen and grab a knife and want to threaten you. Yeah, come on. Getting all crazy and shit. Like, you gotta know how to get up out of there immediately. No waiting, no hesitation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I did when I was in a situation like that? I got a little duffel bag. I put it in the back of the closet by the door, and I took pieces of clothing. I knew I was up out of there. I knew I was up out of that crib. That was one of the worst mistakes I ever made in my life, was moving in with this chick, yo. Worst mistake I ever made in my life, bar none, was moving in with that chick. That was one of the worst years of my life. I lived with her for almost a year. That was the worst. One of the worst situations I ever was in my life. I was losing weight. I couldn't sleep. I was stressed out. Yo, literally scared to be in my crib. Because I knew if I was in the crib and she started some shit, it was either I was going to knock her the fuck out and go to jail, or she was going to stab me or some crazy shit. I was literally hiding knives and shit in the crib. This is real talk. This is from thinking, man. I am not bullshitting with you. Taking knives and hiding them shits in the fucking grill outside on the patio. In the ashes. The old coal ashes, sticking knives and shit in there. Dog, you think I got this much detail if this ain't no real story? Because she was pulling knives on me, but I didn't want to leave the crib. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to mess up my credit. All of that shit. And I'm working and I'm paying the bills. I'm the one going hard paying the bills. This bitch couldn't even keep a job for more than a month. Couldn't even tell her to get a job at the grocery store right across. Literally, the grocery store was attached to our fucking apartment, dog. It was a Publix, literally downstairs. She could walk there in 30 seconds. She quit that job. Cause she ain't like how the manager told her to stay longer, do some shit she didn't want to do. I can't even remember. It was something stupid. And she literally left that job. And now I'm working my ass off, killing myself to pay this fucking rent. Because she don't want to keep a fucking job. Now I don't want to leave because I know she's going to get evicted. You see what I'm saying? But it got to the point where I had to get the fuck up out of there. Ain't nothing you got worth going to jail or getting hurt or killed over an apartment, a car. Fuck that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Your clothes, whatever. Grab what you can and abort mission. Do not stay in a situation with a woman that will pull a weapon on you, will throw her hands with you, that will call the police on you. If a woman calls the cops on you, your exit strategy should be beginning at that very second. And she did all of that shit. So at a point, it got to where I was working at Turner Broadcasting in Atlanta. I was doing IT. I was working for Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. This is thinking, man, I was doing some fly shit in my life, man. You understand? I was doing the job niggas wish they had. You understand? Adult Swim, chilling in the offices, fly ass office, pool tables, fucking video games, all type of shit. My work life was ill. Even though I had to work long hours, I was chilling. And this bitch, because of her antics, got me fired from that job, bro. Calling my boss because I'm doing overtime. Calling. You know what I'm saying? He had to let me go because unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? She making me late to work because she want to argue and keep me from leaving the crib. I'm talking about follow me down the street arguing type shit. You know what I'm saying? This is a bitch that do not work, do not put no money in the crib, do not cook. Literally sit in the mirror and fuck with makeup and bullshit all day. That's what I'm talking about. You can't just be, you gotta know what you're dealing with, fellas. Lost that job, man. That's one of the best jobs I've had in my life. Outside of trucking. But it was one of the best jobs I've had in my life. And I lost that shit. And on the way home, I knew right then and there, I had to get the fuck on, yo. I knew right then and there, it was time to get the fuck on, G. I knew right then and there. So what I did over time was try my best to keep the peace, right? Look for another job. I got another job at like this concert hall doing security. You know what I mean? But I was making like damn near minimum wage, dog. I went from making fucking like $25 an hour to making like $8 an hour, dog. Trying to pay my rent. Now I'm struggling. Now I'm really struggling. So I did that. I kept the peace, man. And what I did was, I had a homeboy who had a room. He said I could get that room because he knew what the situation was. So over time, all I did was eventually start moving my clothes into this bag. I put this bag in the closet. I started moving my clothes in that shit. The shit I cared about. And I put the bag in the back of the closet. She ain't know nothing. She ain't put nothing together. Kept the peace. Everything was pretty cool, but it was still some bullshit. You know what I mean? There was a time I tried to bounce, or we had a real bad situation where I was like, I'm out, and I'm telling you, this bitch slept by the door with a knife and the phone in her hand. I tell you no lies. I swear to God. I haven't talked about this story in, I can't, in probably 10 years. This chick slept by the door with a knife and the phone. Literally got a blanket, curled up by the door where I couldn't get out my own shit. And because of the way the crib was set up, it had these high ass bars outside of the patio with like spikes like security, you know what I mean? So even if I went out the window or some shit, I couldn't climb over. So I was basically trapped in my own shit. So she did that for like 2 nights. Because I think she felt in her instincts that I was about to get the fuck up out of there. So this when shit got real crazy. So the next day, I said, all right, it's time to make that move. I got all my shit secured. I gave my homeboy the green light, because here's the thing. Despite all of that, I was still trying to hold on to that crib. I was still like, fuck, I'm gonna mess up my lease. I was still like worrying about that. And my boy just was like, man, fuck that crib, man. Fuck that apartment, man. Just leave, man. Pay that shit off. Get that shit off your fucking credit and just move on, man. Fuck it. And I did that over time, but I didn't know that. I thought it was just like you couldn't pay it off and you were just fucked. But then I realized that and I said, you know what, fuck it. So the next day, I told my boy, hit him up. And here's the fucked up part. I had to hit this nigga on like Google Chat because the bitch broke my cell phone and my laptop. That's also why I got fired. I just remember that, because she broke my fucking laptop I got from work. And when I talk about, I was at a place that was all Apple, they gave me a brand new MacBook Pro, 15-inch. It's like a $2,000 laptop. The bitch stomped my shit out. Broke my shit. And the BlackBerry they gave me. No, they gave me an iPhone. She broke my iPhone and my fucking MacBook Pro I got for work, yo. On a fit of anger. This is how psycho this bitch was. And my boss fired me because of that. That was the last straw. Just remember that. You know what I mean? Word. And who knows, man, because I got that job from a homeboy who was working at Turner, and this motherfucker was making like $90,000 a year. And he started off doing basically what I was doing. And he basically just worked his way into the marketing and all this other shit. Because, you know, Adult Swim was all like some hip-hop shit. So if you was like, he was a hip-hop dude, a DJ, if you knew all of these cool things and you was a hip-hop dude, they was like, yo, we need you to work here. You had cool ideas. So he was already plugging me and shit. I was like, yo, I'm about to be in there working for Adult Swim. All I gotta do is stick it out. Do this little IT shit, mingle with people, get to know motherfuckers, have my little ideas, my little hip-hop shit, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll be working for Adult Swim making $90,000 a year. And this bitch knew that. She knew this. And she did everything to destroy that job. So basically, that shit just got me angry just thinking about that. I just remembered, I put that shit so far to the back of my mind that I don't even think about it. That's how mad it makes me. It's very disheartening when I think about that situation. If I was a red pill dude and I had my shit in order and I wasn't such a simp, man, who knows, man? That shit would have changed my life, dog. But it is what it is, man. Who knows if I was just a dude that was just not worrying about pussy and just focus on my career endeavors, man. I could have been up there in the high echelon, boy. You know what I mean? At fucking like 26 years old. I was young. I'm talking about not even barely 30 years old. I had this opportunity. And because of my simpy ass mentality, I let this fucking chick ruin that fucking opportunity, G. Instead of nipping that shit in the bud. If I knew better than that, if I knew then what I knew now, as soon as she started getting wild, I would have left that crib and everything. Fuck that crib. I'd have been out of there. I wouldn't even thought about it. Just so I could salvage my job. I'd have went to work and never came back because my boy was always offering that escape plan, but I never took it. You see what I'm saying? I'd have definitely just bounced and just to secure my job once it started boiling over into my professional life. You see what I'm saying? That's just me thinking about it now. But what I did was, back to what I was saying, what I did was I started to move my things out. I told my boy, he met me in the parking lot. I act like I was going to work one day. She met me at the door. Where you going? You going to work? Yeah. Gave me a little kiss, act like she was going to fucking cook dinner. This was crazy. This was the crazy part about it. When she saw, when I was like broken and defeated and working for minimum wage and shit like that, that's when she was on her best behavior. She was happy. I'm struggling. I gotta work all day. She get to be in the crib all day and I'm like her little slave trying to keep roof over our fucking head. That's when she was the most cooperative, dog. That's why I'm telling you, these chicks like these bum ass dudes for that reason. When I was getting money and I was on my way to getting more money and being like up there, she hated that shit. She was trying to be the most stressful thing on the planet in my life, where I couldn't just focus on getting to the bag that was like right there. My boy was giving me the blueprint. Like, yo, I'm telling you, you just do this for 6 months, a year, I'm telling you, I'll put you on. You could get on my team of marketing. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was doing it. Like, when you got people that's in these ill places, I got an ill circle of people. Always did. And he was in these positions. When you got these people in these positions, they could pull you in like that. And that's how he was. He was in there secure. He'd been there like 10 years. So he was already like, man, I'm gonna put you on my marketing team. We could probably, man, we might have to start you at like 75, 80, but trust me, man, we could get you in. You just gotta just do this shit right here. And he was the one that was like, yo, you gotta get the fuck out of that crib. You know what I mean? You ruining this shit. And it was a chick, man. You know what I'm saying? It blew that shit. And I blew it. Because I take accountability because it was my fault. She was just being the crazy ass fucking succubus that she was, but me not being the man to recognize, yo, I gotta get up out of here. It's time to go. This is what it cost me. And that was just financial. But imagine men losing their lives, losing their freedom, because they don't get on the game and be like, yo, I gotta get up out of here now. You know what I'm saying? It cost me everything. So I got my bag, I went out, and like I said, she was being all cooperative. I left out the door, gave her a kiss, and on everything I love, I'd never seen her again in person. I got all the emails and all the fucking, like I said, social media, all the threats. The chick had an old account on one of her computers or some shit. The bitch went in there, was on my Facebook, saying all this fucked up shit and trying to, you know, and even people was hitting me like, yo, your Facebook is looking crazy right now, dog. She was on Facebook saying how I raped her and shit like that with my account. Saying how I was gay, how I was doing all of this shit. Like, she was wilding. She went on my Facebook account and was saying making all of these posts, crazy shit, to where my peoples was calling me like, yo, you been on Facebook today? I was like, nah, what's wrong? What are you talking about? I looked on that shit, I was like, wow. Went in there, changed my password, deleted all that shit. And at that point, I knew that social media shit was some bullshit. She was threatening to say I raped her, you know what I'm saying? Call and say, I'm gonna tell the cops you raped me if you don't come back. Da 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 da. Real shit. And this is what happened. This is a real story. Everything I'm saying, hands on the Bible, dog. Telling y'all guys, no lies. You gotta really be ready to know when shit is gonna hit the fan, because it could get to the point where I got it. And I don't want you to get where I got it. Get out of there early. I'm at the point now, if I meet a chick and I get a number or whatever, and she give me some weird energy on the phone, or she ain't really showing no love, man, delete that shit, man. Keep it moving. Don't waste no time, man. Do not waste your time trying to get a woman to cooperate if she ain't already doing it. If you meet a chick and you the one calling and she ain't calling, or she ain't texting back, or if you trying to make a plan and she ain't really trying to get on, or she delete that shit, my G. Keep it moving, man. She belong to the streets, man. Let her be in the, don't even try, man. It's too much going on. There's too many women at easy access for you to be trying to get back on the horse with a chick who ain't fucking cooperating, or a chick who acting funny, or a chick who ain't returning your calls, or a chick who ain't coming home when you at the crib, or a chick who want to go out on a late night and come out. We've been through some shit, man. That same chick I was talking about. Let me tell you how stupid I was, right? When we was at our crib before that, this chick went out to some stupid ass like album release party. Cause she called herself trying to be a rapper, but she was trash, right? Like, I'm nice. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You look at my music, I'm nasty. I always been nice. If she called herself trying to be a rapper, I would write rhymes for her. Bitch couldn't rap for shit, right? But she called herself trying to be like some type of MC. So she would just go around and just be dick riding people. And that dude, what's that corny ass nigga had that song? Gold around my neck, Pop a Molly, I'm sweating. Woo! Whatever that fucking guy is, I can't remember. Trap. I don't even remember this nigga name. But anyway, she went to one of this nigga's album release parties, right? And I wasn't going. She was like, yo, can you call me she said something about, I was at work. Like, can you call me an Uber to go to this party or some shit? And I'm like, yo, that shit is like $50, $100 Uber. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. This is when I was already like, you know, I don't know, man. I was a dumbass simp, man. Stupid ass simp, boy. So then she found a way to get there. I don't know how the fuck she got there, right? So then the bitch go, and she go to the party. I get back to the crib. I'm just glad she not there, dog. You know what I'm saying? She come back, she calling me, talking about I need a ride, I'm drunk, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, man, get a ride. Come on, man. I was living in East Atlanta at the time. This bitch was out in like, I can't remember, like McDonough, Georgia. Like some crazy shit, like some shit that was like an hour away. Like, yo, can you come get me? Like, or send me an Uber, a cab. I'm drunk and I need to get home. I'm like, yo, I don't know, I can't help you. I just hung the phone up, started playing Call of Duty again, like, you know what I mean? This bitch come back the next day, like 10 o'clock in the morning, drunk, telling me this story about how some dude took her to the hotel and he slept, he's trying to fuck her all night and and blah, blah, blah. And she was, you know, then she got a condom and a wrapper in her bag that, he like trying to act like she ain't fucked this dude. You know what I'm saying? This is at an old crib. And this is before she was even acting like crazy. You know what I mean? This was just one of those things that a lot of brothers overlook this shit, man. And I was one of them. Like, bro, this is bad. She done went out to the club, got drunk, sloppy drunk. I called security. They like, oh, I called that night. Security, they was like, oh, yeah, she was real fucked up. La, la, la. She got in the car with some nigga, probably got her back blown out. Whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? Tried to make it like my fault because I ain't come get her. Like, bitch, you the one that want to go out to these stupid ass events and ain't got no money to get home. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't got bills and shit that you can't fucking help to pay, bitch. You know, this is me being a fucking simp, dog. And I'm telling y'all this so y'all understand, like, shit is real. Like, do not get yourself in these situations where you ignore the signs that a woman is doing some foul shit or getting ready to, dog. You got to know when to get out of there. ASAP, Rocky. Do not wait till shit is like a life-changing mistake that you're going to regret for the rest of your life, bro. You know what I mean? Do not put yourself in a situation. There are dudes that got chicks that showed them signs that she wasn't shit. And these dudes still knock this chick up. You know what I'm saying? This could go on longer. I don't know. I don't want to use all my battery space up on my phone storage. So I'm going to cut this one short. I just need you brothers to think about this shit, man. Know when to pull the plug on a relationship. Know when to get the fuck out. Knowing when to get the fuck out, dog. And get out quick before it gets real. Alright? It's for the young boys. It's for the older dudes. It's for whoever. Once again, it's the Thinking Man's Templar, saying one red pill life far outweighs a billion blue pill, simpy ass, bitch made lives. It's where the soldiers can come in from the war, remove their armor, drop their swords, and have conversations with like-minded men. And indeed, gentlemen, I'm at your service, telling you my story, keeping it real, keeping it a buck, so you guys can know how real it is, man. I'm pouring it out on the table for you. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, like I said, Thailand trip, passport gang. You want to drop something in the donation link for the motherfucking, for the excavation for this SYSBM reconnaissance mission I'm about to do for y'all. Go ahead and drop a couple shillings in the bank, and we're gonna show y'all what it is. Other than that, it's the Thinking Man's Templar. Y'all have a blessed week, man. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Rakatah. Y'all have a good one. Bless. Peace.